We're gonna start off with this one. I don't know if anyone's seen this. I have not. I have purposely not seen it, but um, I came here. I literally said I am leaving, and I just went back like, nope. Let me go back. So, uh, welcome to this. I did a thing. This should be good. So we should be ready to go on here. I watched this in two reactions.
I am leaving
Okay.
VShojo. Unfortunately, I recently found
Let's
out
go.
that for the past couple of months, I have been misled by VShojo. With the information that I currently have, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today, is owed over $500,000.
Jesus. Okay, I didn't hear that. Ouch. So, first of all, one of my biggest concerns about this is I thought that VShojo was privately owned. I thought it was privately owned. The way she speaks says a lot too. Okay, yeah, I mean, I get it. It's all good. Yeah, but half a million dollars is a lot. What I can only assume happened, and this is something that this is context clues, right? So there's been a lot of things happening with VShojo. So the only thing I can kind of assume that has happened is that VShojo was acquired by a private equity, right? Or a management group that is handled through a private equity firm. Because of that, the structure changed because obviously for years and years and years you've been like this is like 2-3 years now that you see this happening, right? That there has been some kind of change. Somebody noticed it a little while ago, and yeah, this is crazy. I like she's speaking from a script that by the lawyer that shows she won't accidentally talk about an ongoing case. If it is, it is. But I don't know. I've been. It's 35 seconds, and I've already kind of deduced what has actually happened. Is that the private company that was privately owned, like an MCM, that was owned by a bunch of friends, decided to sell it to be able to lever off some of the responsibility to a company. That company then was sold off to a private equity that said, no, we won't change anything. And then he immediately started changing things, little tiny things, over and over and over again. The way I know this happens is that Matara-kan, one of the other people that was on here, dipped. Now, people usually dip when there's a management change. People do not leave other people. Obviously, Matara-kan probably loved working with Mousy and all the people that she's made friends with. So it's always been interesting to hear her when she starts talking about like the way that she speaks, right? So she's like Matara-kan from Independent. It's almost like the branding was more important, and the brand that is VShojo or whoever was managing it kept trying to push people to say VShojo more often, so that the name recognition kind of took off. Give me 1 second. It's actually got dark where I'm at right now. With that being said, I know for a fact that this is something that I've always told anybody. If you can hold back from doing anything with a private equity firm in a creative field, do it. Do not sell your fucking creativity to a bank, because banks are the most uncreative people out there. They're the most uncreative. They could try to tell you, hey, no, we're actually okay. We're going to be doing things the way you want to do it. We're going to kind of focus on, doing VTuber stuff, all that kind of stuff. No. eventually they'll be like, well, we got to cut corners here. We got to make maximize profit. We got to start thinking about how your numbers reflect our income. So then they start speaking that kind of language, and nobody likes that kind of language because it just points to, hey, they never really wanted a relationship. They just wanted your recognition and the money. Happened to anybody that was under Defy, anyone under Dexterdo, under any of the MCN, overarching MCNs, full screen. Every single one that was under those branches were governed at some point. They were all sold off, and then the banks closed on those gigantic MCNs. It happened to the theorists. It happened to Anthony Padilla and Smosh. It happened to a lot of people. And every single time, it's like people don't learn their fucking lesson. Don't do it. Just because you think it won't happen to you doesn't mean it won't happen. It'll happen. It'll happen. Banks don't fucking care about your creativity. They could get two shits about your creativity. Stay independent. Stay independent, because at this point, the banks can go right the fuck off.
From VShojo. I know that this is a lot, and it's very
important. It is sad
for me to be honest with all of you. I really want to tell you everything, but unfortunately right now, I have been instructed by my attorney to wait for more of the legal procedure to unfold. So one day, I will be able to tell you the full...
Here in 3 years. Listen, this is a creative field. People are sketchy and dodgy, so this could unfold. This could take up to 3-4 years for this to freaking clear out. So if we don't hear anything in the next few months or the next few weeks, because the VTubing landscape tries to moves like a 1,000 clips a minute, don't worry about it. Legal proceedings take a long time. Think about this, right? Jimquisition. They were in a legal battle because of something with fair use against, I think, Nintendo. And it took, I think, 3 years for it to finally loop back around for him to be able to speak about it because NDAs.
Full story.
Or him. No, now her, then him. Sorry.
But for now, I just need to let you know that I will no longer be a part of VShojo.
Which, okay, here's the thing. People say, oh, it's so sad that she's leaving VShojo. I'm like, VShojo is not her. Think about this. Mousy was always Mousy even before Mousy was a thing. Going independent, probably the best thing for her. All right?
If you give me a moment of your time, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I know for a lot of people right now that this might be the first time you were ever watching me. I became a VTuber because I really wanted to make friends. I was very lonely due to the fact that I have a primary immune deficiency disease called CVID. I basically have a
CVID, a relatively frequent form of primary immune deficiency found in about 1 in 25,000 persons. This is the reason. It's called common. The degree and type of deficiency is of serum immunoglobulins, and clinical course varies from person to person. Hence the word variable. In addition to an additional characteristic is a decreased IgA and or IgM level. Jesus, my brain did not want to read that. Or low level of all three major types of immunoglobulins. I can't read that. IgG, IgA, and IgM. In some individuals, there are defects of the T cells, and this may also contribute to an increased susceptibility to infections, as well as autoimmunity, granulomatous disease, and cancer. Breathe and then read. James, I have dyslexia. I am reading this 3 times in my own head before I say them. All right? I'm like, when I by the time I'm reading it, I'm already way past it. I'm trying to read ahead of what I say. But yes. I understand what you're saying, but this has been a thing for years. This is the way I've read for years. Oh, so you sound out of breath. I don't know. I was reading really fast. I probably shouldn't have read it that fast, to be completely honest. But, it is what it is.
A low to near non-functioning immune system, which means I get sick a lot, and it caused me to remain isolated for long periods of my life. So then I found streaming, and I thought about giving it a try because I wanted to see if I could make some friends online, because
It's interesting though, right? Because I had friends online already, but it's weird how peaks and valleys work, right? I started out not knowing anybody. Here's some groups, here's some their groups, and then I just I'm in 3 different groups now, but like one of them I don't really appear in because I forgot everybody's names and I feel bad about it. So yeah, I need to talk to Dragon again. But yeah.
I honestly couldn't ever leave my room. I never really expected to grow an audience or anything. It was one of the last things on my mind. I just thought that I would stream to, 5 to 10 people and just hang out from time to time, make some friends, play games, and just continue on with my life.
Dude, playing games with people online is just the one thing people should do all the time online. Just grab right at this point a friend slot game like Repo, Lethal Company, something, and just if you want to play a game, do it. Those non-committal friend slot games help so much with killing time. And even if you do something like The Forest, you need something to fill your soul a little bit sometimes. So yeah, I get that.
But unfortunately, I was too scared to stream with my face. So a friend of mine recommended that I try an app called FaceRig that would allow me to use an anime.
Also, FaceRig is super unoptimized for this now. It is actually not the standard anymore.
Avatar to stream, and that's how I started VTubing. It took me a while to take it seriously and even begin to think about maybe being able to grow a community and even make this a career. I think I really started to take it seriously around the time when I was approached to join VShojo, and it was through...
Oh, wait a second. So, VShojo was a company before. I didn't know that.
VShojo that I was able to grow into the Iron Mouse that I am today. When I was approached in 2020 and asked to join VShojo, it seemed like a good idea, but I honestly did not know if I could ever be a corporal VTuber because I felt like I just couldn't. In my mind, I saw myself as unhireable, which is why streaming worked for me. I had no boss, no strict rules, I had no hours, no expectations.
Mm-hmm.
It was all up to me, and due to the fact that I have lived my life chronically ill and being unable to do much of anything, I just felt like there was no way that anyone would ever take me or want me.
And also, I would feel like a kind of like a little kind of a bit of a gap in there, right? Is that if you're this chained to a bed, a lot of times the one thing that gives you a little sense of control back, or anything that gives you that sense back, is going to be a beneficial to your psyche or to your brain, So it can't just be that, hey, this is a crazy, a thing that it was because I'm sick and stuff. While yes, she feels that up front, but I can almost assuredly say that it gave her probably a little bit of her hey, I can do this, this is me. I'm doing this right now through my own volition. While I'm in this bed chained through the internet, anybody can be anything, right? That's the goal. So that's probably what's going on here. And while she's not saying it out loud, that's probably one of the aspects that she feels like, hey, dude, like this is giving me a little bit of freedom. And I love that I can experience this freedom even though I can't really outside.
For a while, I was struggling to make a decision because I was afraid about my anonymity and afraid about trusting people.
Oh, I believe that.
I felt like every time I put my trust in people, it always ends in grief for me. So I was worried about expectations and a million and one other things.
You know what's crazy though? It's not even her, like, it's not even a crazy want, right? Not even a crazy want to be like respected. It's just like it should be the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying?
But I ultimately decided to join VShojo. It really pains me that I am unable to fully explain why I am leaving. But for right now, here's what I am allowed to share with you.
Okay.
I would always be told how important I was for the company. And I was always told that I was needed in order for the company to succeed. Although that was very positive to hear, it put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me to the point where I felt guilt tripped into signing. I felt responsible for everybody.
It's such a weird pressure thing to say we could, we're gonna crutch the company on the shoulders of a weak lady. Not to say that she's not weak, but she's not physically, she's not a strong individual. And also, it's also kind of okay. I'm gonna say this later, but this is a strong feeling I have, and I'll wait till later to say it.
I felt responsible for staff and talent alike, and I felt like if I didn't do this and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody's life. But this didn't feel right with me, and I began to feel extremely uncomfortable. As my viewers know, privacy has always been one of my biggest concerns.
Dude, it's so hard to stay. When you release a song, it's very hard to stay private because if you release a song individually, you have to release it with your name on it. So there's nothing you can do. And that's strictly because of taxes. So, that's unfortunate.
I've had a lot of scary experiences in my life. So one amazing thing for me was the fact that VShojo handled all my payments, and it meant that I never had to give out any of my personal information. So that was always
but that's a slippery slope though, because if they get greedy, obviously they got greedy, but if they get greedy, they can fucking just be like, no, this is what was made and stuff.
a blessing to me. As time went on, I decided that I wanted to try to start pulling out my remaining funds because I wanted to start taking over my own finances. This is what led me to this point. Throughout the years,
you started putting your books in and you're like, wait a minute.
Connor and I have raised around $4 million for the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
That's fucking amazing, by the way. Amazing stories to tell just with that specific sentence. This bitch said, with 10 toes in the ground, said, me, and this other dude have the biggest heart in the world that no other company wants to do, no other people want to do, and we got $4 million to raise it. You know how hard it is for anybody in the United States of the fucking Americas to raise $1 million for a single cause, and these people have done it for 4 million. Not even Rooster Teeth did that. Not even Extra Life did that. Not even anybody else did that. These people are record holders for that. It's actually pretty awesome. So yeah, I gotta give my props for that because, geez, dude, It's nothing like you've ever seen before. Nothing like you've ever seen before.
The majority of the money raised is through Tiltify at events like the Cyclothon, the charity auction, and other miscellaneous events that we've had.
But yeah, but Tiltify does take a percentage, right? Or is it not? It's not a percentage thing for Tiltify.
However, because of the success of my first subathon, I decided to donate half the earnings of my following 2 subathons to the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
Which would that's a crazy number too.
The first time I tried this, it worked great. Over 200,000 people supported me, and
200,000. So if we do just basic math would indicate if it's 200,000, 200,000, and we times that by 5 because that's what a sub costs. That's a milli. That's a milli. That's a milli in the bank before Twitch's bullshit. So we'll see.
And because of that, we raised over 329,350
Oh yeah, because you donated half. I was like, okay, yeah.
$50 to the Immune Deficiency
Wait. Is sum at $5, or is it just talking about the things that like the goals that she said? I don't know. Maybe I'm calculating that incorrectly. I thought it was a million, because if it's 200,000 times $5 after Twitch's bullshit, yeah, it's a million. They take fucking. By the way, they've always took like half. Oh wow. So yeah, she made bank for both Twitch and okay. I really would like there to be a way to go straight through to something else, but who knows?
Foundation. Because the money came from my Twitch revenue instead of a Tiltify link, it required VShojo to make the donation on my behalf. They promptly sent the payment, and the subathon was a huge success.
Yep.
So I decided to do it again the next year. My
Yep.
last subathon was one of the biggest events I've ever done. The support was overwhelming.
It was massive, by the way. She's like the leading #1 female in ever to get donations ever. Lovely times.
Getting over 300,000 subscribers and breaking the all-time sub record.
Absolutely.
But this also meant that we had raised $515,000 for the immune deficiency.
I don't get that math. 515,000? Am I tripping, or is a sub not straight $5? I guess Twitch does take like 50% of that bullshit, but goddamn, because it's $5. It's it's like $5 for a sub. That's such a freaking nut check, bro.
Foundation. I once again asked VShojo to make the donation on my behalf, but unfortunately, still a year later, VShojo has not paid the charity.
That is wild. Do they have the money?
The Immune Deficiency Foundation means the world to me.
Also, the reason you're alive. Just pointing that out there. Just to point that out there.
Connor and I have both spent a ton of energy, time, and resources raising money for charity. And we're both so proud to be able to say that we've raised nearly $4 million.
And we're proud of them. But this is unfortunate.
For charity. We almost always raise money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. They help people.
The Immune Deficiency Foundation. Immune Deficiency Foundation improves the diet. Let me read it in my actual voice. The Immune Deficiency Foundation improves the diagnostic treatment and quality of life for every person affected by the primary immunodeficiency. We foster a community that is connected, engaged, and empowered through advocacy, education, and research. IDF transforms the lives of tens of thousands each year. 1,310,185 website sessions linking community to vital resources. 1,496 individuals turned to Ask IDF to 1,910 PI related questions. Individual and 30,694 individuals living with I don't know what PI stands for. PI were awarded and empowered. Wow, that's a lot of people. Just that, I mean, think about it, right? Not everybody's going to look for support, and not everybody has the money for support. The fact that 30,000 people are looking for help, I think it's got to be at least more double that for sure. They're living with it that just don't have this specific foundation support. So it's actually pretty cool.
With primary immune deficiency diseases or
primary immune deficiency. Okay, primary immune. That's what it was.
Which are inherited disorders where a part of the body's immune system is missing or doesn't function properly, which makes people like me more prone to infection. And this includes over 450 different conditions. The Immune Deficiency Foundation is a charity that is near and dear to my heart and has a particular significance in my life. When my health first started getting really bad, the Immune Deficiency Foundation helped me immensely when I really had nowhere else to turn. I was terrified, I was lonely, and I was confused. I honestly didn't really know what was going on, and I never ever want anyone else to go through that. This entire situation has broken me. I just wanted to do something good and to give back to a community that helped me.
No.
But unfortunately,
the company overseeing the checkbooks decided, nah, fuck that. This sick bitch ain't gonna get the money. No. Fuck that shit. Fuck that bitch. And they thought she wasn't gonna see anything. Literally, that's the thing that pisses me the fuck off. So they thought that she wouldn't be like, you know what? It's time for me to manage my books. They thought that she wouldn't, you can't just bend the fabric of reality, right? And then expect it to not snap back at you. It happens all the fucking time.
That's not the case. As much as I would like to continue to talk about this, unfortunately, I can't. So, to recap, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds.
If they stopped payments, if they did, what I think they did, because this is not a new trend. This is not new. This has happened before with other MCN type deals. What probably has happened is the upper management sees this large creator and says, well, we can take a dime here and a nickel there, and they keep doing that over and over and over again until eventually they switch managements and they say, well, we've been doing this for a long time. What if we just take large swaths of money away from the creator? We're handling her books anyway, and this donation stuff, we'll just keep the money on our books and do it at the last possible second so we can get a tax write-off, right? For the year that we have that money, because as long as we have that money in our books, we get investors, because they see that we have at least an evaluation of at least 500 grand, so that we can get investors involved and we can see what's going on. And because of that, that is charity money, but that money is going to go there eventually. But we're just going to hold on to it for now, so that when tax season comes, we just all that money and all this shit we don't pay taxes for nothing. How much do you want to bet that's what it is? It's called dodging the tax man as a business. I know it can be it can happen, because I've seen many people try the playbook, and this is exactly what they do. Normal Boots did that fucking shit. Normal Boots literally held the money for almost an entire year, and then they just held it. They held the money for that long time. But here's the thing. This company is much smaller. And I'm thinking that they've exhausted funds trying to get stuff working, and then they couldn't pay people. So what they were doing is they held on to the charity money in the event that there was an uptick in viewership and sales, to then be like, okay, we can pay everybody, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, we can breathe now. While that's smart management, not paying people what they're owed is such a scummy move that I could not take this company seriously. Like, I can't. Like, I don't know who is actually who started it. Like, but if Melody wasn't the one, right? Because I thought it was, for sure, like, because I only heard of VShojo when Mousy entered. I only heard of VShojo when Melody entered. So in my brain, VShojo was for both. Like, I thought it was co-managed by Iron Mouse and Melody, but apparently not. Apparently, it's just a management company that really cleverly branded itself on their top two creators. The purple schema really helps because that I for real thought I was like, oh, it's just the two pal girls doing the thing. No, it was literally just it's a management company. Actually, we can look this up. Oh, it wasn't anybody we know. Here's the funny thing: the gun run, Mautendo, and APEC. I've heard of two of those people, and one of them is a lawyer. I bet that lawyer is going to be very hard a thing. Dude, okay. Oh, fuck. This is funny because Mousy had to lawyer up to go against the lawyer. That's exactly what's happening right now. Oh, that's so fucking interesting. It's almost like you shouldn't do this shit. It's almost like you shouldn't be fucking around with money that isn't yours. But anyways, that's just my opinion.
That I could tell you've been paid. And most importantly, the Immune Deficiency Foundation is owed over $500,000.
Yeah. Just specifically for that. Fuck you. Just specifically for that. You don't fuck with charity money, dog. This is why Normal Boots went under. Okay? Now, here is the really fun part about this. I don't know how many contracts there are for VShojo, or how long those VShojo contracts are for, or what the term end is gonna be for them. But at the end of those terms, I would really like to see the grand exodus of that and see VShojo burn to the ground. The company, not the people. All right? Because as we're seeing now, the company was responsible for payments to other people. So there was an instance where Fruit didn't pay, quote unquote, but they were under VShojo. At least I think Fruit is under VShojo. Let me quickly look up a Twitter here. But yeah, I thought Fruit was under VShojo, but apparently not. Yeah, whoever that. Then she dropped the ball on that shit. Sorry, Fruit. You didn't fucking play that shit. Society told me to be more family friendly. Society. Anyways, let's continue watching.
Oh. I really wish that I could tell you more, but right now, I have been advised to wait for legal proceedings. As of right now, I am an independent VTuber. I am at a loss of what to do right now. I'm kind of processing everything. I'm very sad and very confused. Once again, I want to apologize to...
Here's the thing that Mouse you should take from this, and this is going to be a little bit hard. This is going to be a little hard for a lot of... Like, she's never going to see this, let's be honest. But if anybody takes any advice from me and you deal with bullshit companies that do this nonsense, once you become independent, or the independence happens because of a bullshit thing that a company did that wasn't your responsibility, your best thing to rub it in their face is to immediately be as successful as possible. All right? Out of spite. You cannot let them see you with your nose down. All right? I am that kind of person. I will, out of spite, do something like that. Be like, no, fuck you, bitch. Like, what are you talking about? You're gonna fucking jip me out of some money? You know what? Now, we're not only gonna raise $500,000 for this, we're gonna go ahead And we're gonna fucking raise $1 million because they deserve that. Because you guys screwed them out of that money. So now we are gonna make that much money back. And once we win the legals, you're gonna pay that money too. Double fingers, double middle fingers, right? In the face with the tongue out. That kind of shit. In some cases, though.
Hort.
Yes, you want that Hort rage.
Rage.
Yeah, you want that Hort rage. You want it. You want the Hort rage. Because otherwise, when they see you with your nose down, they'll be like, oh, look at the person who we were controlling. Do you feel sad? Do you feel sad, little pink mousy? Don't let them see you like that. No, fuck that. You're a Latino. You know what it is. You know what it is. Fuck them bitches. You can do it better. Right? We all know what it is.
The Immune Deficiency Foundation and to my community who has shown so much support to me. I also wanted to say that all the ad money made from this video will go towards the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. Like I said, I really haven't had much time to process this.
With your head up high, kick them in the balls. Do your own shit. Do a YouTube stream where you do the thing. Just do it. Fuck them bitches. You're gonna... Listen. If it can be proven that they did this shit under malice, they're gonna have to pay that shit anyways. Right? Because that money was under you and your name. You just did it through the company because you were allowing them to control your funds and you were demanded that they pay the company. No. If you say, you know what? I'm gonna do it. But then, that's the thing. They were managing her books. And she requested for that thing to be managed. And it was mismanaged out of malice. If they can prove that it was mismanaged out of malice, no matter what happens afterwards, that will still be the case. They have to pay that bill. Like, they got to pay her. The wages she's owed, that's super illegal. Like stupid illegal. You can't not pay somebody. Because she would exhibit intent to harm the brand. What are you talking? Okay, first of all, harming a brand? No. Okay? Well, she can't say what I'm saying, like, fuck them bitches. No. But they can say, well, we're going to do... I claim she's not... That claim in some courts might fly if you're in a southern state. Because women have a higher probability of being called mentally unstable. But here's the thing. In America, you can't fuck with people's money. You definitely can't fuck with charity money. And if you have told the company that you're like in writing, hey, we really need you to hey, you are managing my books. This is how much money we did this. Please send the money now. Right? Because they're expecting it. And they didn't do it. And they kept stalling and kept stalling and kept stalling. Then anything that happens after that doesn't matter. Right? Just because in the court of law, right? In the courts here in America, they only look at the specific instance. What happens after, what happens before, does not fucking matter. It shouldn't fucking matter because you have to look at the facts of the case as they proceed in front of you. So just because afterwards you raised $500,000, $5 million, $50 million, whatever it is, the fact of the matter is this moment in time that you didn't do your job is going to be held against you. Okay, to give an example, right? If I kick a lady in the face, but then afterwards, right, I donate to charity against old ladies being kicked in the face. That doesn't mean that the lady I kicked in the face didn't get kicked in the face. I'm still going to go to jail for assault. That's how that works. But hey, cool. That happened. They don't care about everything else. The moment right there is what's being tried. Everything else is irrelevant. So, yeah, that's what happened. That's what happens. Okay. But yeah, she has a Tiltify link. So donate what you can if you want to.
But below the video in the description box is a link to a donation fund for the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
Yeah.
Thankfully, any donations made through Tiltify go directly to the charity. That link is also there if you've heard about this and would like to support the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
I bet. Ooh, I can only imagine. I bet. With the amount of people that have already heard about this and the amount of times that I've seen the Tiltify link for Mousy on my page, then I scroll to not hear any spoilers about this video, I can guarantee you that they've probably made a lot of donations be passed through. They probably have a lot of donations that just got mass dumped into them, and they probably, because I think you have an option to make a note on there, and if you can, then a lot of people probably saying this is for XYZ, right? They shouldn't do that. You should probably remain anonymous if you can, because they are anonymous donations. But if you can, a lot of people do it. They'll just be like, comment, and they comment something nasty, or they comment something being like, this is for Mousy, or whatever. Listen, we all love people who are rambunctious. Just sometimes be a little less rambunctious.
Sometime this month, I plan on doing a special live stream in order to raise money for the immune.
Okay. Okay. I can't believe I predicted the ending of a video yet again.
I am leaving VShojo. Unfortunately,
Oh, what?
it's a force for good. C Foundation. I hope to have a ton of friends joining me, and hopefully there'll be a lot of singing and a lot of fun and just a day full of happiness. I just honestly really want to show that after all of this, that VTubing is a force for good. So thank you guys so much for all the support, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.
Absolutely.
And once again, I want to
think about this, right? VTubing would be nowhere.
say that I am truly sorry.
For what though? Okay, first of all, don't apologize. Wasn't your fault. Don't apologize, Mousy. It was not your fault. All right? The overarching company that is managed by a bunch of people who think they can swindle you out of being understanding about what's happening with your money is actually crazy. So don't apologize for that, because it's not your fault. All right? Second, VTubing would be nowhere without this lady. You gotta think about this, right? If it wasn't for her being like, well, I use, she's been public, oh, I use this, I use that. What do people use? What does this use? What does that use? And you continuously go down that path, you can kind of see that she's had a major influence on just VTubing as a general practice. Like, most people will know the programs that are now being used for VTubing because people gatekeep too many things that are stupid, by the way. People gatekept what company Light2D was going to be on. I'm like, bro, what? And then, so people would be like, no, just use Light2D. And then that was a whole fuss. So then, okay, what program are people using? Do you use Peruru? Do you use VC Face? Do you use Open VFace? Do you use Blender? What do you guys use? Oh, I'm not telling. It's a special one. And then like Mousey's like, no, we all use VTube Studio. It's the easiest one. It's really compatible with everything. And then I'm like, dude. The one thing that I don't like about sometimes people that try to be like, don't tell anybody anything. Don't let anybody know about that. Knowledge rationing does not help anybody. We need to stop it. But because of this lady, a lot of things have happened good things have happened in the VTubing community. So her apologizing for somebody else's nonsense, let's just pull back and just being like, hey, Mousy, you're good. Don't worry about it, dog. You're fine. All right. But yeah. Okay. That was that video. Wow. I rented that one for Where's the link? Where's the link? Still all this stuff. There it is. Okay. That's the link right there. Hold on. Can I do something? Okay. Go to that link. Donate money what you can. Do what you want to. But there's a link. There's a link for that. Heyo. A what? People are already clipping this. This is crazy. Hello?
So I have been lied to from the company a lot about the situation. So my payment stopped last September. I was asking what's going on for a long time, multiple times. All they said was it's going to be paid, it's going to be paid, it's going to be paid.
September. That's 6 months without payment. 6 months without payment. That's insane. Dwindling funds can ultimately cripple anything. This proves to me that this company ran out of money and was hoping for an uptick in sales somewhere along the line to save them from this cascading nothing of money. And they either that or they were trying to make a big investment and then failed and then try to cover it up by saying, oh, we'll pay you. I don't know. If anybody has contracts with that company, I would strongly recommend they leave, because obviously with the financial instability on the top forefront, I really, really, really hope everyone sells whatever they got in that bitch and books it. All right?
And it was never paid. And I think it will never be.
Probably not.
Yes. The reason why I
sounds
waited
crazy.
so long was that if I like say, okay, I'm gonna reveal this information and I'm gonna quit. If I say that, I thought they were not going to pay me the amount they owe. And
I don't think people are cool with money. I don't understand it. If I start getting paid, I'm very brash. I will just tell people what I make. Straight up. I'm not brash with that.
that was scary for me. But
I mean, think about it. People watch you and they basically pay your bills. They deserve to know what you make, sort of, somewhat, you know?
so recently, I've decided, fuck it, I'm leaving. And I was about to tell you guys that I will be leaving this month. And I was getting ready for that. I wasn't ready for today's whatever came out today. I was not ready. There were so many things that I didn't know, but this is what I know, and this is my story. And I will have the VShojo CEO, VShojo JP CEO, explain this to you guys, because I have done so many. Well, it's not so many. It's only about 2. I've done 2 streams with him. I was saying all the good things about VShojo.
Yeah, it's a thing though, right? But unfortunately, people lie. I hate people that lie. This is crazy.
Fucking embarrassed about this.
Why would you be embarrassed? I mean, I guess this is your boss, technically.
Emotional damage.
Thank you, Wolfie.
Cool. I'm so ashamed of myself for believing in
Oh, don't do that.
someone who.
Don't do that. That's such a Listen, I'm a softie. I'll admit it. Don't do that.
Only had interest in our money.
Yeah, Wolfie.
Well, let's ask the VShojo CEO, VShojo JP CEO, about what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, she's crying. To be fair, 6 months without payment, intermittent probably, is crazy.
I am going to call him right now.
Oh, they weren't kidding. This is not a debate title. Holy shit, she called him out straight. That's crazy work.
VShojo. This is VShojo. JP CEO. Are you still the CEO?
For now, yes.
Ooh, that confirms what I've been saying. Oh, that confirms what I've been saying. They were bought. That confirms exactly what I think has been going on. The overarching company of VShojo has either been bought or was being sold off to a private equity firm to be able to make as much money as possible, so CEOs won't be CEOs. So,
まだギリギリ CEO だそうです。はい。音も聞こえてるということなので、I would like you to explain the situation because I know you know more about the situation than me.
Slightly more, maybe.
Slightly more, okay.
Slightly more. Hello? But if it was that serious, she could sue them for something, right? You're underneath that company. It's like if your boss got fired and there's another boss in there, right? But this is Japan, right? So I don't know the legal things in Japan. In America, you're owed money. You cannot withhold somebody's wages without them specifically asking you, unless you sign something. So, but in Japan, I don't know how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I need to know everything, and the fans should know everything. He'll be explaining in Japanese and in English. Is that okay with you?
I'm not really good English speaker, and also I don't trust myself, the speaking the correct word and term in English. I want to be super careful about what I'm saying here, because
Right.
yeah, as you explained
That's fair.
Yeah,
But
and
okay, then okay.
It's crazy. That's bold though. Kason is bold in this specific aspect, right? But here's the thing, right? That kind of is a little bit of abuse on this part. Not paid since September. However, has done performance and events in September, November. I remember December being a Christmas thing. I know that they had an event in January. So they had events. And she was not paid for those events. I'm doing hand signals, like you can see my hand signals. That's crazy.
Japanese comes first. では、はい。まず日本語でどうぞ。
まずディスクレーマーなんですが、
はい。
感じですね。
So you were told from VShojo that they were willing to pay. They're gonna do it like next month. Of course they're working on it. And then now,
というこ
are
と
you
です、ね。
telling me that you've been lied to?
嘘をつかれていたっていうところはあったんですけれども。
So did you just say that VShojo JP itself was doing good?
そうですね。
In finances too?
そうですね。
I know that Japanese.
You haven't paid me.
っていうことになるんですね。その本社の中の帳簿上はそうなんです。
Oh, this is so heartbreaking. So she's hearing that the company's been doing great, but they ain't paying her. Ooh. Ouch.
っていうこと は聞いてます。
So I don't want to sound a big company name because shit like this happens and you can't really do shit about it. I mean, you could do this. You could do this. And this is not libel. This is not slander. This is just things that have been said by the people in charge. Oops. This sucks, bro.
でもタレントに1円も払われてない状態っていうのを把握しておられたんでしょうか？
そうです。はい。
So this is what I want to know. And this is what everyone wants to know. Why did this happen? Why? Why? なぜ起こったんですか？こんなことが。
これに関しては、全ての範囲を僕が見えてるわけじゃないんで。
Are you telling me that it's not like someone moved, like someone did something maliciously? It's like they just weren't good at it.
ということですね。
Finances. Are you?
That seems like a cop-out. They're just not good at finances. It's a business. How do you pay people? How are you paying your upkeep? You clearly don't have to...
Getting paid right now.
は、
あなたはお給料もらってるんですか？今。
What do you mean by hello?
VShojo から。
Over in Japan, they can withhold money from someone if the company is going through changes or handling over title plus if that's why you should read the contract before signing. Yeah. But man, dude. I know what? What do you mean by
ほぼもらってないですね。
ほぼってことは？
ペイカットを受けているっていう。
ペイカットって何ですか？ I'm sorry, it's all about me, guys, but the only thing I could talk about is me right now. So, well, I'm not getting paid. Well, I'm not getting paid. You were getting paid. Well, staffs do have to get paid. So I'm not gonna say like, hey, don't pay the staff, just pay us. No, I'm not gonna say.
But you're the talent that's making money. That's the part that I fucking hate about this. They're paying the CEO and paying all the staff members, but not the talent that brings in the money. Hello? What is the strategy there? There is, huh?
That, but just kind of sounds very
scummy,
unfair to me.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Talent first, my ass. Was it like staff first?
でもスタッフは本当に悪くなかったと思います。
Is the debt gonna be paid? Is my money gonna be paid?
そうですね。デッドが払えるかどうかっていうのは、会社がこれから持ち直すかどうかにかかってる。特に US 側、今の状態だと分離できていないんで、
はい。
持ち直せるかどうかに関わってるところなんですけど、かなり難しいと思います。
Doesn't matter if the talent is making the most for the money that they pay everyone else before the talent gets paid, which is sad. Yeah, I do think that's sad. I think that's kind of a fucked up thing because the talents will make it up. But man, okay.
Or even try to add another talent, multiple talents.
Yeah, they were gearing up for another round of apparent like a V3. I know this was there was a V2, right? Like a second round. Now there's a V3. Oh, that sucks.
This company, after I told multiple times that they haven't paid me and they have a lot of problems. What was that? What was that? あれは何だったんでしょうか？
タレントが追加されたこともそうなんですけど、追加しようとしてることもそうで。
Someone could have stopped the situation. It went all the way. It didn't have to go all the way.
そうですね。特になんか、
Did anyone inside VShojo say, "Hey, there's something wrong. Hey, let's not do this. Hey, let's stop this and let's see what our finances are going."
So they ran out of money. Did they run out of money?
Hey, looks like this amount of money should be paid to the talents, and we haven't. Hey, we need to do something about that. Did anyone say anything about that?
という話を聞いて進んでたっていうことですね。
So they were lied to.
まあそういうことですね。
That's a lie. Yes. So that's a yes. Okay. So who was lying? 誰がそのまあいわゆる嘘やんってなるんですけど、誰がその嘘をついてたんですか？
多分その判断をする人っていうのも複数にいるっていうところと、そこが明らかになるのは今後なんで、私にはわからないところです。
なるほど。
はい。
Any questions from chat? I'm sorry, chat.
I can barely understand that. Cool thing about learning Japanese a little bit is that you kind of understand the phrasing as things are going. And I can sort of understand what he's saying. Like if in the most barely of situations, in like the most barely. Okay.
So many things going on in my head. There are so
You guys
many things.
gotta tell me. I don't know these things.
There are legal issues going on. I don't want to stir anything up for the other girls because they have their own things they have to say. So let's not. There's so many things I want to tell you that I shouldn't. Will there be an apology from the company? I hope there would. Will they? Will they want an apology or something? Any statement? Any public whatever?
I would assume no. I would assume there would be no apology for this kind of thing.
From the company?
うん、私もそう願っていますが、 はい。
Well, there were so many things I have to apologize to the fans. So, thank you, VShojo, JP, CEO for now. ありがとうございます。一応、
は
so that was VShojo, JP, CEO for now. I know there's a lot of things you want to say, of course. Me too. I want to yell. I want to scream. I want to cry. And I feel like there were so many unanswered questions. This is just sad. They said so many good things. And I know that they, like, it wasn't their intent to, like, be like this, and I know that, of course. They didn't want this too. I know that. I hope, like, they're not the evil that you guys, some of you guys are saying. I know it's not.
My biggest thing is I still think to this moment that it's a hedge fund. It's somebody they put the company up for paying, like, to be bought, and that's what we're seeing. They're seeing the fallout of that. And I say this every single time I've ever seen it. Private equity should have no room in the creative space because they turn stuff like this to happen, where things are mismanaged while things are in between. And it happens. It's happened a lot. It's happened before. Don't you remember when MatPat was also told on multiple months that he had to not have a payment, right? You remember that? Do you remember that happening? I remember that happening. So this kind of confirms that. All right? I don't want to make any hasty speculations, but the trend is all to the same. Okay? So I think that's probably what happened. That the company got put up for being bought or being sold to a larger MCN with technically more backing. And yeah, I think the company was losing money before the sign over to different people. It could be that. Possibly they had like a sign-on bonus that if they reach certain goals, they would get it. But clearly, there are things wrong with just their formula of how they get stuff done, right? So let's just hope that it ends amicably and not in a nasty pitfall.
But it's true that they made this kind of mess. Will you really quit today, or will you quit in the 31st? I quit today. Yes.
Wow, that was a quick decision. That was a really quick decision. Jeez. Okay.
I quit whenever I want to. And I've said that from day one. If I want to quit, I quit.
That is a, you know what? That's fine. People will still follow Kason. Like, you can't really they think about it, right? She's the, like, one of the few of, like, she quits. She's quitting. She quit, like, then.
And I am leaving VShojo today.
Yeah, she packed up the books, baby. Damn, that was quick. That's quick. That's quick, baby. Jesus Christ.
At this moment, well, I feel like I've already left like 2 hours ago.
6 months ago. Should have left 6 months ago. This is me though. You mess with my money, I'm gone. The first time, right? My job, I got a taste of that. My job shorted me 5 hours. One time, that was like a whole day that I worked that they did not pay me. And I said, hey, listen, man, I'm shorted 5 hours. They're like, no way. I'm like, yeah, I need that money or I'm gone. They're like, whoa, let's not get hasty. Let's see what happened. They're like, he's like, right, would you really have quit? I'm like, yeah, I would have quit. Like second month here and you guys would have hold 5 hours? Yeah, so yeah. But no, now they don't care. Now they don't care. But like, dude, that was like, dude, I'm gone. Like, I was like, dude, I was so ready to hand you the keys and get an Uber home. I was so ready for that. But gladly that didn't happen.
But yes, the reason I had waited so long, the money I should have received, all the way back from last year, I think. Right now, I don't even know what they have paid and they haven't, so I can't go to the specifics, but they haven't paid me for a long time. The reason that I waited for this long time is because I thought if I reveal any information that they are not paying, but yes, I was willing to quit this month, but they might like blame me. That was what I was scared of.
Well, you know what then? It was good that she pulled up the CEO then. Because the CEO's like, well, we're like, I kind of want, you know, we're going to be paying you. And the CEO didn't say that. They didn't say, they kind of just said, well, it's the responsibility of VShojo US.
Yes, they might like blame me for like getting the information out, whatever. And then like end
Do you sign an NDA? Probably, right?
up not paying. But now I feel like it's all over and nothing's going to be paid. And I feel very sorry for the fans because this was supposed to be, it all came from you guys. It all came from you guys' support. And yes, I said VShojo owes me a significant amount of money.
Think about this, right? If it's a significant amount of money, you haven't paid for 6 months. What's half a year's salary? Think about that. Take your half a year's salary, the median salary in the US right now is, I think, what's it? Okay, hold on, let me see. I'm basing this off of US, right? So, median salary US. It's a lot of fucking money. The median salary in the US, according to the census, is $74,000. $74,000. 6 months is half that. So, let's just say they're probably getting paid more than that, but let's just say that Kason was making what the median will be, which is $74,000. Half of 74, right? Hold on. Why did that happen? Half of 74 is 74 divided by 2 is 37. $37,000 US that would be owed if they weren't paying somebody for their time. In America, that would not fly. You will lose your company if you do that. Because not only in America, you would probably get sued for emotional distress, lost wages. You probably get also paid for like just punitive damages, because that, like, they are their own business, right? Like, the things, there's consequences to not paying people. Like, it's a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's a lot of money, dude.
But right now, it's not about the money. It's all about the trust. Yeah. It's
Oh,
all
yeah.
about the betrayal.
Broken trust is big. Can't you think you could trust people, but you can't though.
Yeah. そうですね。美少女に対してポジティブな、結構ね、こういうとこだよ、いいとこだよ、みたいな言ってきたのが本当になんか何言ってたんやろうって感じですね、最終的には。まあただ本当に悪意を持って最初からお金を取ろうと思って近づいてきたわけではないのは分かるんですけど、結果的にこうなっちゃったらやっぱ結果がね全てなのかなと思っていて、
Okay. I can't follow that. Too advanced Japanese.
それでV 少女ってこういうとこなんだと思って入ろうとした子とか入った子とかもいるわけで、それがすごい申し訳ないというか、はいですね、というふうに思っています。もう
Yeah, it just sucks though, because it clearly shows that the upper management or the management structure has been affected, right? And when it happens like that, international stuff gets put on hold. So very clearly, Keisan has got that hit. So literally from back in September, because she said September, that's probably when the firm above them got bought, and they just kept it private. So that's crazy. Well, whatever MCN has bought them, I hope they start crashing and burning. And well, then somebody else can buy the VShojo name and do it the right way, like Bernie did. Okay. Very off tangent. Bernie of Rooster Teeth bought Rooster Teeth again. She's saying she feels like a failure because being with this company made her go down so much for this company for doing nothing. Okay.
会社は
You know more Japanese than I do, Wolfie.
VShojo doesn't have the talent's IP. They do not own our models.
Which is fucking great, by the way. Oh my goodness, it's so good that they don't own the IPs.
They do not own our channels. They cannot touch our channels. They cannot touch my YouTube, my Twitch, nothing. So
Separation is swift.
Is a significant amount of money.
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. That's, to put it in perspective, the amount of money owed is 75% of my yearly income. I could not fathom not living with that income.
That's what I could say.
Time to lawyer up, Keisan. Lawyer up. I would.
A Ferrari amount of money.
A Ferrari amount of money. Hold on. How much is a Ferrari? Yo. Oh, she just hinted at the amount. God damn, that's a lot of money. 2 to 500 bands? They're 2 to 500 bands. Yo. 2 to 500 notes. Yeah. They have enough people to actually sue the company because mad people are quitting. Yeah, I think they could probably form a class, to be honest. Oh, god damn it.
And big trust issue in my heart.
To be fair, don't trust the company. Unfortunately, it's gonna have to be how it is. They're scummy.
Gonna be there forever. So I have.
Oops. Well, there goes that. Yeah, that sucks for Kason. And I hope they land on their feet. Honestly. Whatever happens, happens, but being independent always kind of sucks. You don't really know where your paycheck's gonna come from. So you really have to be independent on everything. But yeah. Let's start with Michi. And then we'll go to Kija. 12 minutes.
Okay, you really think I, out of anyone, would know how to do this, y'all? Alright, I will have to say TTS is off for the stream because we're talking about something serious. I will start off in a light note because obviously, I don't want to spin crazy. I don't want to add to the crazy too much. Today, I'm only gonna be talking about my own situation and no one else. I am in
That chat is going stupid fast.
no way talking about other people or representing anyone but myself.
Also, the eyes are crazy cool on that model.
Okay, so it's just me. So there's a lot that I will have to talk about. Let's just pull it off like whack, shall we? The situation. Yeah. Today, chat, I have officially left VShojo, which is insane to say. Yeah, I have officially left VShojo, so I'm not part of it anymore. On Twitter and stuff, there's like that handle thing. I don't think it's in my control. I'm not sure if VShojo will be announcing this publicly due to everything that's been going on, but
Oh, they don't. It's not within their best interest to fucking say anything. Honestly, they probably should keep their trap shut and take the fucking beating like a man. Like, I'm sorry, but you're not paying money, okay? Is it on her shoulder? I don't know. Good question. I have no idea.
yeah, officially now, I will continue as just me.
Michi of independent.
Yay.
Oh, there's a lot of pain in that yay.
The reason behind this, as some of you may know, I can't get into too much specifics due to the legalities and all that big brain stuff. And I was told to be careful with what I say. I wanted to go live today because I want to give you guys clarity and updates and security on everything that's going on, because I think you guys, out of everyone, deserve to know. I know you guys probably must feel like confused or upset and stuff like that. I'm sorry that I can't tell you guys everything, but I hope I can tell you guys enough to the best of my abilities, and I'll do my best because I just don't want you guys to feel like confused. So I'm sure at this point a lot of you guys have watched or at least heard of Mousie's video by now. If you haven't, please go watch it and
We have watched it. That was a good one.
support her because she's very sweet and I care about her a lot and she deserves all the love. But for today, I'll just be talking about my own situation, and I might be bringing up similar points that Mouse have stated in her video, so I'm so sorry if this may sound a little bit repetitive. But basically, I recently found out that VShojo owes me a good amount of unpaid debt.
Oh, Jesus. So they did run out of money. Oh, my goodness. They ran out of money. Oh, it was worse than we imagined, people. They ran out of money. Oh, no. Oh, man. Okay.
I also have other reasons that I was advised not to get into or say too much of as of now. So I'm sorry if I can't talk about that, but this is just one reason that has led me to my decision of terminating my contract with VShojo. And I want you guys to know it's not fully about like the money for me.
I mean, it should be, though. If it's unpaid wages, then they really should pay that. I'm sorry. Y'all should form a class and fucking sue because that's unpaid wages.
Wanted to give you guys a quick backstory on everything, just so then you can fully understand what has been kind of going on. So back then when I started streaming, way back then, I did it at first as a way to hang out with my friends. As you know, I really enjoyed anime and music, and I am a big fan of 3D concerts. Especially back then, I was quite a 3D concert nerd, and I have a hard time talking to people because I have really bad social anxiety. And
Oh, couldn't be me. Never could be me. Jesus Christ. I'm actually dying on the inside when I have to stay inside of her. I die a little inside. I get so bored. And then I go out and be like, try to strike a conversation with random people, and everyone's just like shunned in their own little corner. Like, bro, y'all are killing me, dog.
And VTubing has taught me how to talk to people more and feel more comfortable in my own skin, which is ironic because we're VTubers.
You don't do anything. It's really weird that like the more expressive the VTuber, almost always the more like introverted they are. It's almost always that way. My VTuber does not move. It doesn't matter because like I can express myself pretty vividly, and I don't care what people think. I will just go up to talk to people. You're an indoor wolf. I'm going to adopt you as an extrovert, put you on my shoulder, and then we're gonna go out to the mall. And I want to put it. Don't take that. You're gonna be kicking and streaming like the Dead by Daylight people. I'm like, they're like, no, I don't want to go to the mall. I'm like, no, we're gonna go get ice cream.
Could hang out with my friends who couldn't participate or be in call, and they can hang out with me too.
Yay.
It's really nice. From there, we could also meet more people together. And I always saw this as just a fun hobby that connects like-minded, passionate people together. And I just saw it as that, right? And then I got picked up by another thing. And honestly, some of you may already know the story. So it went how it went. Safe to say, after that, I had a lot of doubt and fear and anxiety coming out of that situation. I still enjoyed streaming.
Yay, put a sign on me that says she bites. Oh no, I had a bad. Hello, Mie. Thank you for the lurk. Hope you like me blabbing in your ear. But yeah, it's put a sign. What I'll do is I'll put. Yeah, I'm gonna stop myself. That's a bad. Let me do a plant. I'll put I'll dress you up in a garter. I'll put a garter on you, and the garter is gonna have a sign that says she bites, because I'm gonna be carrying you the entire time. No, because the original one is TOS. The original one is TOS.
Though I still enjoyed streaming, I realized that once money is involved, maybe my type of approach to the streaming world is a bit different. Honestly, I know a lot of people have told me that, you know, maybe how I see things may be a bit naive or stupid, but I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid. However, after everything that has happened, VShojo picked me up and they reassured me that this would not happen again and that they treat me better than before. And I'm gonna be so...
To be fair, they probably did at first.
Honest chat, they did. I've spoken about this in the past, and oh god, fuck, I'm so sorry if I cried today. I don't want to mute because that would be really awkward. But I know before in the past I've said a lot of really good things, and this is why I think the backstory is quite important. I kind of feel ashamed about it. Well, not ashamed, maybe embarrassed. I was super relieved because I thought I finally found a group of people that were in it for the passion and the fun, because I might sound dumb, but it was just a big, like, nice little reminder for me, I guess. And I was just really happy.
To be fair, the company probably didn't care. They just saw the money coming in. The people probably were there for the hustle, and like like-minded people, but like the company was just like biding their time, it feels like.
To find like-minded people that were willing to talk to me and even support me and help me rebuild all over again. And in the start, VShojo did that for me. Because before I joined VShojo, I'm aware that I came with a lot of baggage. I wasn't like the easiest hire, I think. At that time, I've slipped into like past bad habits. At that time, you know, that's probably the most TOS friendly way I can
Okay, well, message received. Don't gotta say nothing more about that. That's we're gonna leave it at that. Assumption being DA, but you know.
describe that. But my brain wasn't the best, and VShojo gave me a second chance, and they said that they'd handle everything for me because they knew how, yeah, you know, they knew how I was like that and the things I could and wasn't capable of doing. They told me that they'd help me sort out everything and passed me.
Yeah, this is why they were being used as a financier. Okay.
I really needed that because I was scared, and honestly, I was doubtful, and I'll admit it, I was very inexperienced, and VShojo helped. Because of that, I met a lot of amazing people that I can now call my friends. I've also experienced things I've never been able to experience before, and got to meet every single one of you guys in chat, and I want to mention that because even after everything, I'm still very grateful to them for allowing me to try this again. Yeah, but
The unfortunate part is now you're gonna have to do everything solo. Oh, and it's gonna suck. Just hire a manager, please. If you think you can't, if you're making enough money, that's the biggest caveat there. If you're making enough money and you're able to actually do it right, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But like if you're like, yeah, I can't really manage my own shit, hire a manager, get somebody who's a little bit more trustworthy, give them a couple small things and then do it that way. But if you think you got it, go for it.
also because of this, I have publicly and privately praised VShojo a lot because I saw them.
Okay.
You know, I'm reading notes, y'all. Okay, we're back. We're back, y'all. Alright, where were we?
Jesus, that was a pain. That sucks.
Can't do this. Yes, I can. No, yes, I can. Alright. Okay. I have publicly and privately praised VShojo because I saw them giving me this opportunity and platform as a big gift, right? Like a second chance. And I wanted to return the favor however much I can because I trusted them. And I trusted that they had our best intentions in mind. And, you know, that's how it works. I never asked too much or looked too deeply into things. And I know that this probably might sound like, oh, Michi, you're kind of an idiot. But the reason was because I didn't have a reason. I didn't have a reason to do that. I thought, well, yeah. So all of this have definitely came as a shock to me. And I'm sorry to every one of you guys. I know I've spoken a lot about, like, you know, as streamers, we have a platform and, you know, you gotta use it carefully. And I really genuinely apologize. I trusted them and I just never really had the reason to ask. However, with
Everybody in chat's like saying the same thing I'm saying in my brain, which is kind of crazy that it's the same thought. You're not stupid. Don't say you're stupid because this wasn't your fault.
saying all of this, I would like to say,
Yeah, like every single person. It's like every single person is saying you're not stupid.
that I am not gonna be ending my streaming here. I'm still going to be continuing as myself, Michi, and if you'd still have me, I'd be so thankful to.
Okay, why wouldn't they have you though? Is the thought being that because you're not with VShojo? Okay, let's track this mindset. Is it because you're not with VShojo that you think that no one's gonna want to watch you? Is that what's gonna be? Because you've built an audience. Obviously, people watch you. So don't know.
you. I'm so grateful for all the support you sent me, and I hope you continue to support my friends. Mainly, they're very kind and they mean the world to me, man. I just want them to be okay, and I want them to be happy, and I want you guys to be okay and to be happy. Cause by the end of the day, you know, I've never been like shy about admitting it, right? As streamers, well, our income is your income. It's just what it is.
It really is. Oh, and advertiser dollars, but those are 15% of your overall income.
So you guys' support, like, you are the reason I'm allowed to be here, and I take that very, very seriously. So I'm sorry that I didn't do my due diligence enough. And
I mean, yes, you should be paying attention to your own finances. Yes, that's one of the aspects that people could criticize you for. But overall, you were trusting in a company that you signed on and they signed you. So there should be a level of like agreed and mutual, like, hey, we kind of trust each other type deal. I think they just kind of wasted their money. Not on you, but I think that they were trying to do like some kind of investment and they just flopped. And shit just hit the fan. They couldn't pay anybody. Obviously, with them owning Kason and Iron Mouse, those are two top earners. Let's just say that, right? They're the two top earning ladies. You can't definitively say that it wasn't like a thing. It's interesting. It's interesting.
And I just want you guys to be okay, especially my friends. I know that this is like, it must be tough for everyone going through it.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine what it must feel like for the trust in something you thought was solid to be broken. I can only imagine the shouting fits of the other ones, right? Because not everyone is as level-headed as the three we just saw, right? Iron Mouse, Michi, and Kason are pretty level-headed, right? Not so much the other ones. If her current VTuber model is her actual model she paid for, then she can keep it. If not, she'll no longer be who she is right now. That's the thing. I think that, okay, they spend a lot of money on these, right? But they pay for them, right? They don't get a new model. Like when they bring on these VTubers, they bring them on, they give them a, you know, they do a signing bonus and they pay for their stuff with that signing bonus. I'm almost positive that's what happens. So, okay, the reason I know this is because I looked into doing something like this. That's the reason I know this. But they ran out of money. How do you run out of money? Well, your top earners definitely bring in more than $1 million a year. 5 of them, by the way. Like, guys, this is not like how. Pay yourself fairly and you'll be fine. Mismanagement is what it is. And it's always been mismanagement. Jesus. All right. What else? Come on.
I don't want to talk about it too much. It's not my story to tell. And please don't pressure anyone to talk about it too. I am not in the brightest place right now.
Oh, yeah. Probably lay low for like a week.
But I want to stay as positive as I can.
Hey,
I appreciate you guys a lot. And just to make it very clear, even though I mentioned the monetary aspect of it, the reason I bring that up is because that is one of the only things I can somewhat talk about.
I mean, one can only imagine how much money you're also out of a loss of wages. If you're based in America, absolutely there's some fucking fucked up shit that's going on right now.
But for me personally, it's not really about the money. If you guys know me, you know that I am not the most business oriented, perhaps. I go with the vibes. I like to believe in the vibes and the whimsy and the pinky promises, you know what I mean? So when I trust...
It's unfortunate because you shouldn't have to do more than that, right? I pinky promise I won't scam you. Scammed. You know, happens all the time.
People, I fully trust them. and I am very loyal to the people that I trust. This for me is somewhat like a breach of that.
Of course it
Personally,
is.
That's just how I feel.
Yeah,
where
no,
I'm not saying
valid.
and please know that I'm like, don't blame, like, don't point any fingers. And honestly,
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna point fingers. I'm gonna point fingers. They don't want to be like, oh, it's your fault, dude. Come on, they didn't pay you. They took your wages. VShojo is mismanaged right now, and until that gets corrected, the only people you can blame is the upper management or people who finance that shit. So right now, the only people you can blame is the overarching VShojo brand. Sorry, it is the responsibility of VShojo to pay you, and they mishandled your money, so that's their fault.
I did not expect that I would have to do this again, y'all.
Again, okay, so this happened a second time.
I'll be real with you. I thought that I was at that point, I would never have to do this again. But it's okay, because just because we had to do it again doesn't mean it's always that bad.
And society. Yeah, I can call somebody a dick any time of the day. But when I take out my dick, society. Sorry. Oh my god. Wrong time to say that joke.
I guess. Anyways, I want you guys to know that I appreciate you guys a lot. This may be a very selfish ask from me, considering I know that I'm not the only one affected, and by that I mean you guys are affected, right? Emotionally. I know that you all are going through something too, but please, in this community, if it's okay for me to selfishly ask, please don't spread any ill speculations, harassment, bullying, and hate to anybody.
There's no specific people. That's the problem. When it's a company, there's no specific people. You just have to tell the company, hey, stop being bullshit. Knock on their door. Da, 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 da. Hey, stop being bullshit. Then maybe they'll listen. But yeah, the only thing I can do is speculate, and it's just personal speculation. But the trend that I've seen that has happened with VShojo is the same trend that happened to the company that was over Smosh, that was over Anthony Padilla's channel, that was over a lot of gaming channels, Machinima, that was over the Escapist channel. This trend is the same one that I have seen before. So the only speculation I have is that. But this is a little different because the trend is the same, but the reasoning seems a little different. It seems like the company was playing at a gamble that didn't win, you know? So, I don't know. The speculation, the first one I have, is just that they put a company, the overarching management company, up for to be bought, and it did get bought, and in that they stopped paying their actionables, and that is mismanagement. You have to pay your employees. The second one is that they ran out of money, right? And doing something in the background, not telling the fantastic people that they're over. And maybe it was a surprise. Maybe it would have been a good surprise. We don't know. But the company lost all that money probably in that gamble, and then it fell through. So that's the only thing we can assume. Or number three, they're actually pieces of shit and they're just not paying their people anymore. Or which it feels like that one's the worst one to think, right? Like that shouldn't be the thing that we're thinking, that they're just actually pieces of shit that don't want to pay their people. I feel like it's somewhere in between 1 and 2, right? That it's up for payment and people are not paying their actionables, and in that in that investment or in that increasing of valuation for the company, that they lost, the money, and they're trying to recoup it with the value in wages versus paying people. So that's why the the IDF, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's a combination of things that were just horribly mismanaged, and now we're seeing the fallout of that. Like I said before, you can't just turn the little bit of reality your way without it snapping back to the where it's supposed to be. And here's the snap. We have the snap.
Already so much negativity going around, and I know that I don't say this as much as I really do, but I really do care for all of you. I selfishly just want us to have each other to rely on, be with together.
It's not selfish. That's just like a thing you want. You want to continue being who you are. Don't be selfish about that.
So we can grow stronger as a...
Unless you're a toxic person. Just be who you are, but like who you are. Don't be like who you are plus toxicity.
community and support one another. So if that's okay,
that's good.
I'd really appreciate that, chat. And I do want to say that, I'm not telling you not to feel upset. You're very valid to feel any type of feelings that you're feeling, but you don't have to force yourself to be okay with everything.
Well, considering I'm an outsider, I'm like the most tourist of tourists when it comes to this group. I didn't watch Mousy a whole lot before. I just liked the accolades she was bringing to the VTuber community. Because of her, we would get a lot of people coming in that would look at it and be like, this is a really cool thing that has a lot of traction, momentum, and it's kind of like a positive community most of the time. So they're in turn, the company that they're over, right, that's over them, should also be a positive experience. We're learning now that it's, with any company, there's always going to be ups and downs. So you have to take that with a grain of salt. You have to kind of do what you can with what you got. But yeah, it sounds a little rough, just being like, hey, yo, this thing was a little fucked. And like, yeah, it was, but like, every company's a little fucked, It's never clear cut. It's never clear cut. So be sad, be happy. I'm a tourist. I'm more angry at the situation of mismanagement, right? Obviously, I'm reacting to this, so I'm a little bit more verbose in the way I'm saying this stuff, but this sucks for everybody involved. Not even if, let's be as gracious as possible and say that the company lost a bet and they're trying to recoup costs any way they possibly can, which includes holding back and withdrawing wages so that they can stay up as a company and not declare Chapter 8, right? So in that scenario, if they were to just be transparent and say, hey, listen, we were doing this bet, it didn't work out. Is it okay if we, drop down salary, do X and Y, Z? They probably would have been okay with that, but they would have had to have some kind of contract and written statements. Personally, for me, to be like, I don't trust you now, though, because you withheld payment for 6 months, right? If we're being that gracious, babe, we also better be, we also better be like the amount of recovery needs to be that gracious as well. So that, but in the harshest of terms, if they didn't pay their employees because somebody at the top was holding money until something went through that was going to make them hella money. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody has like a CSGO addiction or some shit. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to speculate. We don't know the details, but like it's the only thing I kind of know is because I kind of wanted to do research because I wanted to put my have an overarching group with friends and stuff. I was looking into it. It's a lot more involved. And I said, at some point I said no, because until I hit a spot where I can support people, I don't want to do that, But yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I still want to do it. Don't get me wrong. I want to pull up my friends with me, but it's a matter of timing and responsibility that has to be at a specific time, and right now is just not the time, or that kind of stuff. So it is what it is.
Everything, and you don't have to force yourself to be happy when you're not. But again,
no, don't do
please
that.
Don't spread.
And maybe this being a positivity, but sometimes you just gotta be mad, angry, sad, everything but positive. Keep a positive outlook. But let your emotions be emotions. That's responsible.
Any ill speculations, harassment, bullying, or hate to other people. I want you guys to also know that I'll do everything I can to help out things behind the scenes as much as possible.
Well, would you have anything to do? I don't know.
It's been a tough month, y'all. It's been a really tough month for me.
She almost said fucking. She almost said fucking. Ah! Just say it. Who cares? Let your emotions go out. I do it sometimes.
Yo, I want you guys to know that I'll be looking into it and I'll update you guys on it as much as I can. And
I don't think you're gonna say anything for a little while, because you're gonna have to group together with probably Mousy on this to form a little bit more of like a thing. But to be fair, it is lost wages and money that doesn't belong to them that they're playing with. So we might see VShojo declare Chapter 8. Is that the right one, Chapter 8? I think it's Chapter 8. Whatever it is. But yeah. We might see it. It might happen. Let my emotions out. I'll let my emotions out all over your face. You'll hear it and see it. Okay. Ah, my back. All right.
And Michael is still here too to help you guys. So don't worry. Michael is still here. Michael has been really kind and he's been helping me sort everything out because
Dude, get yourself a friend like Michael.
I don't think I work well under pressure. So thankfully Michael has.
Hey, yo, although I might like that. You having other problems on your hands. Letting my emotions out all over your face. That's crazy.
Has been kind of making sure that I'm not fumbling too much. So I'll do my best. And I'm also here for you guys
All right.
always. And yeah.
Okay. Which is actually pretty awesome. All right, so that was Michi. The clipping community is crazy. These Twitch clippers, they got faster hands than anybody in the Wild West. Like, oh my goodness. Let's see what Gija had to say
before I speak.
from the channel Mousy Dog.
So I need to take a minute just to make sure we're good. You're confused? Yeah, no, I'll update you guys. No.
Jesus, that voice is so familiar.
Mouse messaged me to let me know that she had posted a video and everything, just to like make sure that I knew it was posted. I'm good.
Oh, so they coordinated it. Okay. Hey, you know what though? They're good friends. Think about this, right? This situation is sort of like me seeing one of my friends battle it out with a company that was withholding wages. This is exactly the situation that Wolfie was in when I was literally they wouldn't fire her so she could find a place to work so she can get unemployment. That was literally what was going on. And I was like, God damn. Come on, please.
We're fine. I'm actually incredibly relieved, is what I'll say.
Hey, bonus, a relieved person.
Relieved and glad. But that's just from my end, because my perspective is going to be very different from yours.
Oh, absolutely. I'm actually like glad to hear this kind of perspective. What's going on?
I know you guys are out of
Get some tea.
Just like sit for a second. Okay. So
Just like sit for a second.
So Mouse has just announced that she's left VShojo.
I like her lip flaps.
I knew she was working on it and all that. So I'm not. This is not like a
surprise
sudden piece of news for me, but it will be for you guys. You guys know I have already left. I left on June 27th, so I've been gone for a couple weeks. Don't post anything that she said in the chat. I'm gonna say it because I want to make sure details are right. Okay.
Hey, hey, getting that, putting up boundaries. That's good.
Been gone for,
Oh,
so I'll just echo it. So there are a lot of things that have gone on in the background. I'm gonna turn alerts off, by the way, real quick, just before I forget. There we go. There have been a lot of things that have gone on in the background that I have been completely unable to talk about, completely unable to say. I've wanted to, but that's been like legally just not a thing I should do.
wow. It's always lovely when you hear the word legally.
So finally, someone who is able to say those things has said them, and it's good. There is a lot more. Absolutely, there's a lot to be said, but that is what can be said at this moment in time.
Dude, I'm telling you, because you're going up against a company, we won't hear nothing for like 6 months. I'm thinking 6 months till we hear anything out the other end of this bullshit ass.
Especially because it's stuff that pertains to Mouse in particular, you know, so it's her situation that she can speak on. I'll just
don't speak for other
some of
people.
the stuff that she said in her video, but she posted a video on YouTube on it if you want to see. She feels very misled on a lot of things and has been misled. I will add, I've felt this way as well. Absolutely. I did also see a lot of writing on the wall of a lot of things, but until I felt I had solid reasoning to say this is true, I didn't want to move on anything, obviously. And then over time, I found out that certain things were in fact true, and I went, oh no, and decided to leave. All right. So nothing, every decision gets made for really good reason. And I know I initially made a video saying I was leaving, and I tried to say really hard, really clearly, hey, this is just a small piece of what I can talk about. There are other reasons, but these are just the things I can say. I absolutely meant it when I said there's other stuff, other reasoning that I can't say. And that is, you know, this is some of it. This is some. Again, the word some. This is some of it.
Some of it.
So
Some of it.
I just...
Am I correct in the assumption that I have? It definitely sounds like it. It definitely sounds like I'm correct in my assumptions. But you can't know for sure.
I just feel really relieved because it's not stuff that I could say. The TLDR for some of the stuff that Mouse has revealed today, that is stuff that I've been absolutely disgusted by for some time. She is owed a significant amount of funds that she hasn't been paid. Okay, this is what she's revealing. I'm not going to talk about anyone else's situations. I'm just going to say this because this is what she's already said, and I don't want to out anything that I can't out, you know?
Yeah, we already watched that. She says she owes a Ferrari's worth of money. She couldn't say the exact amount, but I looked up a Ferrari. I know how much a Ferrari costs because I wanted a Ferrari for a long time. And I was like, no way. Looked at the cost and I was like, God damn. That's crazy.
But she's owed a significant amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
The IDF, the charity, the Immune Deficiency Foundation that she always works with, and that I say we because we all did, plus her especially, however, her being the number one, have always fundraised for. There's a lot of funds that were held on her behalf for events that she did that she found out were not paid. The IDF is currently owed over $500,000.
Dude, I still am fucking like, bro, what the shit?
That should have been paid to them.
Absolutely.
And I didn't
It's
know
so
that. And she
bizarre.
didn't know that. No, I don't think any of us knew that until recently. So I can't begin to describe how that feels, knowing that we've tried. I mean, charity was always a really big thing for us. And I say us because, yes, it's about all of us, but I feel like this is really especially about Mouse, you know? But
I mean, okay. Think about it, right? The IDF almost directly influences whether Mousy is quite literally alive. It very much affects her.
I can't begin to tell you how it feels to be like, yeah, this is like our thing. We love doing this. And then to find out that I had no idea. No fucking clue.
Oh, yeah. To find out that your efforts are like being 1,000% ignored is actually insane.
And I mean, it's insane. It's insane. And
Wow. Okay. Thanks for echoing me, Ija.
I really don't have words for it. I really don't even know what to say about it. It's
There would be
it's something
words.
that's so
Rage.
incredibly personal as well.
It's trust breaking, is what it
I'll
is.
speak from my perspective. One of my best friends, one of the people I care about the most in this world, is someone who has a horrific medical condition that
Yep.
she really can't do anything about,
Yep.
and has dedicated so much of her life, all of
Uh-huh.
her time,
Yeah.
toward making sure that she can fundraise for a foundation that tries to maybe find answers, that tries to maybe support people in whatever way they can, right? This is a big deal to a lot of us, her especially, okay? And then finding out that a large amount of the money that our community gave
Yeah.
to, with the knowledge, apparently,
Think about this, right? Connor rode bikes for this shit. It's not just them sitting and playing games, singing, all this stuff, making events. No, they released music. There's a lot of effort that went in this shit. And Connor even rode bikes to make sure this shit works. And a lot of it was for naught. That's the reason that it stings so hard for these people, is because they see all the fucking effort that them and their friends went through, and it was 1,000% ignored.
that it was going to go to this foundation because it's for charity. Finding out that that was not all of it, a big, but a really big sum, was not given to that charity is absolutely fucking insane. And I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do, right?
Who knows?
Who
knows what to
even
do?
do about that? That's crazy.
Lawyer up,
I
baby.
wish I could say like more, but I don't even have words.
Lawyer up, baby.
I don't even have words on it. And it's one of those things that if I knew there was some sort of issue, maybe I could have done something, right? Like maybe we could have worked on it, but we just thought it was given, thought it was paid. You know? So I don't even know.
Here's the thing, though, right? One has to assume that the personal contacting probably happened between them and the foundation, and they, probably casual chat, and then they brought it up, and then they said, let me look into that. People talk, guys. Like, it's not like people are stupid. Come on.
I'm not going to point any specific fingers. Something I ask is that you don't point specific fingers at specific people if they're not being directly mentioned or anything like that. All we can do is address it.
So, there's a lot of specific people being, like, not mentioned. There must be one person that is, like, pulling the guns that is like, yeah, we're not doing this.
It as, the company as a whole or anything like that,
I'm gonna blame the company. It was mismanaged. It's mismanaged funds. Like, you can't, like, not say that it was not mismanaged funds. It was mismanaged funds. Like, we have to be very truthful of that. It's mismanaged funds. Now, who did it is totally up to whoever figures out who did it. But the mismanaged funds still happened at the company that is called VShojo. So until that get resolved, you can't really say that it wasn't the company. It was the company. And then they mismanaged funds. They withheld wages from, looks like at this point, like a lot of the people. So you can't say no. Can't say no.
But
I know I'm speaking up, right? I'm like bashing up, but that's like looking at somebody else and them saying, don't attack the company I used to work for stealing my money and not doing the things that they would tell us that they would do. It's not their responsibility to do the things that they told us that they would do. It is, though. And we have to stop doing the favoritism thing. Something was mismanaged. It was managed poorly. The good thing here is that you can absolutely just get that back. If you're in America, that's they didn't pay you, right? So
yeah, that's I just want to say that much. Like, there you go. But you know, I'll just say, like, there's a reason that when I left, I was like, I'm gonna miss my manager, right? And I love my members. Like, there's a reason. Okay.
Narrowed it down. It's not the people that are above them or managing their schedules.
Okay, that's really what it is. I just yeah, it's a big bomb.
A big bomb? Yeah.
There's more that needs to be given time
Yeah.
before.
Don't do it before
she
either.
can say more. Before we can say more. There might be some things that I don't know if we'll get to speak on. I really don't know. I really don't know, and everything is unfolding. And you know, if anyone has seemed a little busy from our group, if anyone has seemed a little, you know, they're not streaming a little bit as much or something like that, just know that there's reasoning for that, and they may not be able to talk about it. You know.
There's a lot of stuff that happens like that. This Fallout, not Fallout, more like this happening is identical to what happens when companies get sold. So again, my speculation is only speculation, but it comes with years of knowing what has happened to other companies that's also been sold in the same manner. So I don't know if I'm correct. I would assume no. But all signs point to my like an in between my two assumptions that, like, yeah.
But yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I don't know. I don't want to assume anyone's capable of such things. Me neither. Me neither. This all has been really, like, so incredibly shocking to find out, and it sucks because each time I find out a new thing relating to this or similar, I'm like not even surprised anymore. Like, it's shocking, yet I could picture it, which is horrible. The fact that
So is it malicious? I hope it's not malicious.
I can picture that is horrible, you know. So I'm just, yeah. Yeah, I would like to say more. I just don't want to say anything outside of what she said here. Legally, you know, people could get themselves in weird situations depending on what they say. So I think the best a lot of us are going to be able to do is just echo things that are already said, and that's kind of it, you know. I would love to. I would love to, man.
To be fair, here's the thing: don't do it if you don't have to. But I hope it wasn't malicious. I really would like to say that I really don't want it to be malicious.
I really would, but I have to be careful, obviously. But yeah, as of right now, Mouse is independent as well. And I'm relieved. Like I said when I started talking about this, I'm really relieved. I am, because this is stuff that I was like, I sure wish I could say this, but, you know, not really the person to do it, for sure. I'm relieved because I would love to sit here. This whole time I've been thinking for months, like, I would love to sit here and just be like, yep, that happened. But you know, what can you do? What can you do? And we're still figuring out a lot about the situation. So please don't bother anyone asking for details, because there's a lot that is not fully sorted out yet. You know, it's tough. It's tough. I feel bad for her because, like, her main thing was putting trust into people to help her, and getting promised up and down, you know, yeah, we're here to help you, and we want to do things for you, and we want to work together, etc. And then having a situation like this happen, it's not just the charity money. She herself as well is owed a ton of money just on her own end, not even related to that, you know.
Yeah, that's,
to find out that all of this is happening is just it's really tough for her. It's tough for all of us, but it's really tough for her. Besides her, yes, she also mentions, you know, there's a lot of other stuff that's going on that is just, you know, we're figuring out, and you know,
it seems like I really want my third assumption to be not true. I really want my third assumption to not be true. But it seems like every second goes by with what's being kind of said that it is becoming more true, which sucks. Don't like it.
We'll see how it all pans out. That's all. Am I owed any money? I can't talk too much on anything other than, look, anyone who hasn't gotten their legal situation figured out is still figuring stuff out. Okay. I'm not gonna make any crazy claims of anything. For me, I've talked a bit on stream about what I can say. I've done everything I can to make sure I end up in the best position possible, I guess.
Honestly, I think these girls should take a month off. Whether they have the money or not, or like take some time off to handle the legal shit. Because while this is cool for the audience to know, them burning up to butts, heads, and being like, things what I can and cannot say. I don't know what I can and cannot say. Sit down with proper legal counsel, all of you, including people who have left beforehand, to build a proper case. And at that point in time, right, give yourself like a week, 2 weeks to relax, decompress, and then come back full force while handling the legal shit. Because doing this, I know this is income, but like, we're probably gonna have to do recorded content for a little while. Probably gonna have to do some other stuff because this shit ain't gonna work if you can't do it. You know, it sucks for everybody involved though. We can't unput a pin in that.
There will absolutely be some things that just won't work out the way I want or the way I'd like. There will absolutely be things that I will do instead. I'll tell you right now, like, one of the reasons I've mentioned the merch several times is because I've thought about, like, well, no matter what happens, maybe I can at least, like, send a truck and pick up stock that I had or something, you know? Right? Like, maybe I could do that. I don't know. But, you know, I'm still figuring stuff out. I don't know exactly about her scenario. I think she's probably still figuring stuff out based off of my situation, but I don't know.
I would say, yeah. It just happened. So, I mean, you gotta put it this way, right? We know this now. People usually quit their job mentally in like about a month before they leave, right? So things have been boiling for about a month at least. But people usually don't quit immediately after they start feeling stuff. So it's gotta be like a good 2-3 months of just nonstop nagging in their brain, being like, something's wrong. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So this is not new. This is something that's been happening since like probably September. If we had to give it the timeline that was given to us by Kason, probably since September, shit's been going fucky. But that's the only assumption we can make. That's the only assumption we can make. That's the only time stamp we got. That since September, shit has been going a little fucky. So yeah.
Other people are still figuring stuff out. You know, and it'll be hard for us to say anything specific, anything exact.
Yeah, you probably should all sit down with legal counsel, the same legal counsel. This is the only legal advice that we'll ever give you. That's actually good legal advice. Seek legal counsel, all of you all together. Hash it out. Talk about what you need to talk out. Take a break. And this is me as a content creator being like, come back a week after you've done your shit and figured everything out. Get yourself in order. Come back. And then just hash it out in the background. Don't do it in the foreground. Don't be like, don't let the chat bully you. Yeah. Well, it's tough to do it like that. You probably are going to have to do that. You can't just take a camera into a court procession. It's not like salient or a thing you should do. What up? What up? What's going on, James? Take a quick break and look at my 5th OC. You want me to do it right now? Come on, I have momentum. You have the worst timing, James. James, you have the worst timing ever. Oh wow, Picto finished this. Dog, she beautiful, dog. Alright. You have momentum? Ha, you wish. Momentum into your face. Yeah. Kasumi. Okay. Let's go back. Where's my Okay. Good. The over under of this is gonna be interesting.
Anything definitive, anything like that, without having everything like fully closed out legally and financially and all of that.
And we won't see that for like 6 months, at least.
Like,
At least.
Things we'll want to know specifics, but like we ourselves don't have things in a spot that's good enough where we can like even talk about it. You know?
Oh yeah.
So
there's no possible way right now.
Here we are.
If this is the start, this is the start of a legal battle. I 1000% know that at the start of a legal procession is going to take the longest uptick because it's all gathering right now. It's all gathering. So we won't hear nothing about this for like 6 months, a year. And then from there's probably going to be some NDAs signed that they can't talk about certain things even after this stuff is done for. So even at the end of it all, which, think about this, right? What was it? Like Amber Heard's thing, right? That horrible example. But like Amber Heard's thing, I think, like, how long was that case? 4 years.
100% people are going to start saying things like, oh, they're probably owed all this, owed all that, blah, blah, blah. They're going to go crazy, making assumptions, whatever. And
the only assumption we can make is things that I've heard and from the previous companies that have pulled somewhat of the same shtick. And again, these are just assumptions. These are nothing we can say concretely. But the only thing I can think of, if it was done with intentional malice, then the one thing we can say for sure is that that they deliberately withheld money to try to pay off a debt that didn't work, right? They try to pay off something that didn't work. Being very kind, I want to say that they were trying to do something to increase the value of the company and then lost that bet. And then they tried and then withheld funds to try to build it back up and then pay people again. They were probably hoping for that. The unfortunate part is I think it didn't work. The second option I have, which is I think it's in between this one and the first one. I think it's a combination of things. They tried to increase evaluation by having more concrete stuff like money in the bank by not paying their employees and stuff like that. So they withheld funds for a little bit. The company was either put up for buying or they saw somebody trying to buy it. And in this process, what can happen is the evaluation goes up as your money, the money that is that's held. The creative space does not need private equity. That's probably what was happening. And private equity was like, well, how much is your valuation? How much money can we make off you? That's what they're looking for. And if you hold money, you have that money. So that's like, and then that bet probably didn't pay off, right? And then they're stuck not paying people. Right? So one can't. That's the only. I only got 3 assumptions, right? That they tried something that failed, and they tried to make the money back, and they failed at that, and they couldn't pay people. They put they tried to sell the company off, and in that they tried to increase valuation by withholding money. There's that. Or number 3, people on the top just started spending money like crazy on things that didn't work, and then they just decided to not. They just misappropriated funds for charity and for employees. Those are the only options I really can see. But no one can know for sure, right? Like, we can guess, but like, no one knows for sure. These are things that are going to have to be hashed out in court, or really the legal system, because there's no way this is going to get handled amicably through talks. And if it does, it's most likely going to stay shut through. More than likely, things are going to stay shut through
Like I said,
closed doors.
Can't say anything definitive on anything. All we can say for sure is what she's everything, right? That's been talked about, but that's really like kind of where it ends on what we could say right now at this moment, you know? So, yeah. I don't know. I wish I could say more, but here I am.
You really can't say.
Here I am. It's been rough, so I really, what I ask from you guys is to just understand, you know, because a lot of people have been sitting around and like not saying much.
Yeah.
When leaving, or
Zen just left. Zen said, "Peace, y'all," and left. Said nothing. I'm sure she was dealing with the same shit. Like, think about that, right? If it wasn't her, then, you know, I almost like when Matara left, people were like, "What? Who would leave VShojo? Looks like such a fun time." The shit's probably been fucked since then, or before then. People don't just leave. You know what I'm saying? People don't just leave something that's nice and cushy. All right? If shit's bonkers, it's gonna be bonkers. Me. If it's whoa, it's gonna be whoa.
you know, we're just in a weird spot.
It is a weird spot.
We're in a weird spot. So, yeah. But yeah, I wanted to make mention of that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Anything she said in her video is what she said. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and hopefully we'll be able to speak more on some other things, but
Probably.
you know,
not soon. That's probably definitely not soon.
I think it was always tough for her because she's always been in this spot where like she's one of the largest talents.
She is one of the largest
And
talents.
Whatever she does really affects a lot of
Everybody
people,
else.
and I've always felt like you shouldn't have to consider that.
Yeah.
Consider
It's a lot
your
of
own
weight on
situation,
somebody's
what's right for you.
shoulders. Right?
Does it suck if someone else is affected by your decision? Yeah. Is that your fault? Should you throw away what you want to do for that? No. You know, so I'm just glad she's just doing what she needs to do for her.
Yeah.
I've always been an advocate of that. You know. So
that's
while
Mao.
it is like a difficult thing to talk about, it is a difficult situation. It's very, for me, from my perspective, relieving that at least something can get talked about. But again, yeah, support all of the talents. Support everyone.
Everyone has
current
links.
Form, it doesn't matter. Love everyone.
Everyone has links.
And, you know, whatever they're dealing with, they probably won't be able to tell you much or anything at all or whatever.
Yeah.
So just don't bother them about it.
It's legal shit. Legal shit's
They'll say
stupid.
what they can, and I promise people want to. No one wants to be in a situation where they can't say much when it's not something like this.
I mean, it's
You know?
it's unfortunately it's like good content. So
all I will say
they
is,
want to talk about it.
in the future, if anyone is running an event like that, they're doing it like a charity sort of thing or whatever, please support it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Please support it.
If they do it
I don't know,
independently.
like, this is something that has made us worried because we're like, we only ever want to do this kind of stuff properly, right? And to know that out of our sight, out of our knowledge that something was done incorrectly, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Huge breach of trust.
But yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Spread correct information and that's it.
Yeah.
Internet going crazy. Are they?
As a
Are
Gen
they?
Z, I got to say you've been a huge inspiration for me lately.
thank
Your
you.
energy and streams pushed me to start chasing my own creative stuff.
Good. You
That's
should.
good.
But I
Absolutely.
almost feel like the leaving of any other somewhat softened the blow of this. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't asked Mouse directly about this, but I hope that, like, me choosing to leave, I was the first one who sat there and said, I'm choosing to go. And I hope that that made that easier for anyone who felt like maybe they couldn't.
I mean, to be fair, it
that.
probably did
And
loosen
I think she
some
talked about it
teeth.
in her video bit, but she's always felt kind of like a huge burden, you know, knowing that she's very much been the face of things and all of that.
It's the
It's been very
unfortunate part.
hard for her to like make those decisions for herself because she is a very selfless person. She's not really good at that, you know.
It's
And
unfortunate.
so I hope that was kind of not something I was expecting necessarily, but I was hoping like, hey, at least me, I'm very much a first mover, okay? I'm very much a person to be like,
I'm done.
I'm gonna do this, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
don't like that.
Same.
So, and I wasn't gonna sit there and like wait for anyone else to do something first or see what they think or blah blah blah. I just said I'm gonna do it. So all I hope is that
I will ask if it's stupid first. I will ask if it's stupid first.
me making my own decision helps other people make their own decisions, no matter what that decision is, whatever they want to do. You know, I just hope that helps people realize like I should just do what I want to do, and that's all, right?
Yep.
And I didn't sit there and like be like I'm gonna force everyone to do this or anything crazy. I was just like, I'm just gonna do what's right for me. And you saw when I left, I made a video and I was like, this is what I felt I needed to do. That's how I presented it, you know? And that's still how I feel.
I mean, be yourself.
Felt with all the information that I had that was what I should do. And I did it. So hopefully that helps other people just do what they feel is right for them. Again, no matter what that is.
I mean, to be fair, people will leave now. I mean,
necessarily leaving.
No, here's the thing. If one person feels a certain way and people start to leave, it almost always, like, the nagging in the back of somebody's head will always flick that bean. I mean, okay. Back up. Flick that rice on the top of the hill downwards for the head to join. Everyone else is going to join you. Just it'll be at their own time. They're probably waiting for certain things to hit before they make their final out. I mean, the unfortunate part is Ame was just accepted into VShojo. She was the last entrant. And, oh no, the Scuff Queen scuffed it. It would be funny if you can make a marketing play with that.
Or doing anything in particular, just they need to think.
I wonder what's happening over there.
And do stuff for themselves and not for anything else. Did I feel bad leaving? 100%. I was like, I'm one of the people who's like really holding together inside and making sure things are happening. I'm one of the people that does a lot of cross discussion and everything. I'm someone that I'm aware of that. I'll just say that I'm just aware of that and how much I help like the other side of things too, not just members. She I can't say specifics about her and her situation, but what I will say is she has always been very truthful to herself and what's right for her. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And that's it. That's really all I could say. So I've seen some people try to read into things as if there's something negative there, but no, shouldn't do anything crazy or anything bad. So, you know, please support her. For sure. He said, I feel sick. How do you think I feel, huh?
Dude, it's always bad.
You don't need to feel sick. What you need to do is chill out, support, spread correct information, you know.
My assumptions are my assumptions. Don't think about my assumptions as being the truth. My assumptions are just based on what I've seen in the past. It could be completely wrong. I'm a fuckhead when that comes to that. I could be 1000% wrong, but it's just based on what I've seen in the past. Those are the typical avenues that things go, but that doesn't mean that they're correct at all whatsoever. I could be 1000% wrong, which probably I am.
No, it's definitely emotional for a lot of people. Again, I don't really like display negative emotion like really heavily. Doesn't mean I'm not upset, doesn't mean I'm not angry. But what makes me feel good and what keeps me moving forward is trying to move forward, trying to do something and trying to be constructive, right? And sitting around and being all upset and being like, oh my God, oh, and lamenting doesn't get us anywhere better. For me. Maybe for some people it does. There are people that need to vent those emotions to feel better. If they don't do that, they get stuck. That doesn't happen to me. I need to sit there and think about what can I do. So if you see someone else who's less chill, don't compare our reactions and be like, she wasn't mad or, or anything crazy. It's just to get myself to be in a spot where I'm good. Sitting there and like being constructive about it is the way. So situations like this, I know a lot of people are gonna get anxious. They're gonna feel, you know, like they want to do something, but there's not much to do. So we focus on what we can, right? And really what you can do is support and spread support. You can go like every tweet everyone makes relating to these things. You can go watch Mouse, like I said, watch Mouse's video, leave a nice comment, even if it's just like, thank you for this video, like you know, whatever. Leave a comment.
Yeah.
Click on the I
Do it.
liked this button, etc.
Yep.
Right? Like, just spend your time doing all of that.
This is probably
And
gonna
then
be
by the
uploaded as a
time
whole.
you get to the end of that, you'll probably feel a bit better. Like,
It's gonna be a mega cut.
you know, I've done a part of something to make this better. And retweet the tweet with the Tiltify link, right? All that kind of stuff. Just make sure that that kind of stuff is done before you're like, I don't know what to do, because there is stuff you can do right now, you know? It's not gonna feel crazy, but I feel like by the time you do it, you're like, you're gonna understand, like, you actually have helped a lot. So it is what it is. And if you're like ultra...
So my thing here is, more than likely what will happen in the future is I really think what'll happen in the future is that VShojo will lose most, if not all, of their talents. It is probably going to be the way it goes until either some leadership changes or some major things happen. We can only make assumptions, but if I'm looking through every profile I can find, and most of the major talents are gone, guys. Like, most of them are out. And I know I will not be watching all the VODs for obvious time-related reasons, but yo, if one person felt this way, then one of the major players felt this way, then I'm looking at it right now. Melody has gone out. Amelie has gone out. Henny has gone out. It's safe to assume that something fundamentally wrong has happened, and these people feel maybe a little slighted. We can't make too big of assumptions, but the one thing we can say for sure is that we do have to kind of give them their space right now, because they'd be feeling some kind of way, and it's not necessarily good to like do that, you know?
Ultra anxious, if you're ultra anxious, honestly, go to the former members' Twitters, scroll, find anything that they're promoting, like it.
Oh yeah. Everyone has music. I know everybody has music out. Go find their music and listen to it. That's free. That's a free 6 cents you can give to people. Yeah.
Anything they're promoting, hit the like button. Done. Right? And that way, when people are searching for our names, they're searching for VShojo, whatever, instead of some random ass drama.
这个球飞到的是在左野方向 This ball is long gone, just like the ex-girlfriend who will never return. Home run.
Oh man. But yeah, that's the assumption. We can only make assumptions, but it seems like mismanagement and quite unfortunate, because this was one group that everyone kind of looked up to, And it's yeah, it's always been a kind of a weird way to do it. Oh man, I'm trying to see if there's anything else on this before I even start to think of. We got like an hour left. Those are titties. Okay, so people have smashed it. So that thing we talked about earlier about people smashing a record, in less than 24 hours, the community as a whole has basically made up for the donations that have been lost. However, that doesn't nullify that VShojo shouldn't go through with the responsibility of paying the other. So that the goal was 10 grand for Iron Master. She put it up, and people have smacked the fuck out of that. Currently, at from the last one I've seen, 502 grand. It's a lot. It's a lot, people, and it's only gonna get better. People are smashing records because people have decided to be a little obtuse. Yeah. I don't think VShojo is going to have any talents left. Haruka left. Like, I'm not going to watch Henya's stuff, but let's do there's a little summary that somebody has hopped on here. Let's open this up real quick. So, somebody watched Henya's full stream and gave us some bullet points. Henya, 5 minutes before she went live, found out that the birthday merch was never shipped. Her manager and attorney are not handling a situation that she'll defend as much as she can, obviously. She left VShojo. Like, yeah. Significant amount of unpaid debts. Seems like everybody has money that they're owed, which means to me that they did lose. That it looks like that one of my assumptions is correct, that they played with money that they didn't have. They played a bet and they lost that fucking bet, and they tried to recover through sales. And when that didn't work, they just stopped paying people in hopes no one would find out. But yeah, that's unfortunate. I really want to hope that's not it. You have no idea how much I would be like, no, please no. Because I really want to see like you know, the good in people, right? But this just proves that like money does make people a little weird, and yeah, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So yeah. Okay, well, so they won't have any talents left. Depends on that, yeah. Be sure to the VTuber industry super dirty. Well, here's the thing, right? Like, one of the things that we have to remember about this is that like half the time when this kind of stuff happens, we just kind of have to chalk it up to the major corporation. Like when the people from Hollow Live started graduating, becoming independent, that was mostly due probably to a management change, right? Or something in management not being able to go through. Think about it, right? When you're a creative person and you keep trying to be creative and they keep telling you, no, don't do it, no, don't do it because it's money, no, because do it because it's money, no, because do it because it's money, then there's definitely a problem when that kind of stuff happens. No one is worse, right? No one feels worse than people kind of like poking and prodding and pushing you down at every turn, every single time you're trying to be creative, you know? So it's probably not news right? To them. But for us, it's super, super news. Like, hey, yeah, one of the most creative people in Hololive quit, became something else because that was a more creative outlet. That makes sense. When somebody in a different company also had the same thing happen, it's always the creative process that gets fucked over, you know? You can't just you can't just pull on the reality on one end. It's gonna snap back. Hurts. And this is why a lot of people should stay unfortunately, this is why people should stay within their talent bracket. Because some people just do amazing work and they don't get recognized, or this fucking happens. It's unfortunate, but it does happen, you know? Dude, these clippers are crazy. She just ended stream. Let's do this one. Let's do Henya first.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming today. My name is...
Man, I haven't heard that voice in a long time.
Henya, did you...
Like I said, I'm a super tourist when it comes to this group. I've been keeping my nose down, doing working on my own shit, but I watch them occasionally.
Yes, and thank you so much for coming. Oh, sorry, I am really nervous right now, and sorry, I'm just so nervous right now. Sorry, it's been a lot. But I made a script because I know I'm gonna freak out. So yay, good job, Henya.
A lot of people have the scripts.
Like a genius.
Legal shit is crazy, dog. Legal shit is crazy.
So, I have made the decision that I'm leaving VShojo,
Yep.
and unfortunately, VShojo owes me significant amount of unpaid debt that I haven't been paying in a long time. This situation has been truly heartbreaking. I truly trusted the company, and this has been deeply upsetting to me. A few years ago, I was in a situation where I thought about quitting VTubing, giving up all of my dream. I quit everything. But then, after I joined VShojo, I thought everything will be alright. And then I felt like I could tell you guys that, hey guys, thank you for always having my back, but it's gonna be okay. Now it's gonna be alright. That's how I really felt when I joined. I am just so sad right now that...
A break in trust that happened? Probably.
And I am so sorry that I need to make an announcement like this and make you guys worry. I am really, really sorry. However,
what I don't understand is why they all say sorry. It's never their fault. It's none of their fault. Right? This is... what is this? I don't understand. Maybe... Okay, this is the outside looking in. Maybe they feel different about it, but I don't know.
I'm not going anywhere. This is not the end. I will continue my activities as an independent VTuber. I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be your small little kiddo. And, yeah, so this is not the end. And thank you so much for you guys for always supporting me and everything. It means the world to me. Thank you so much for a lot. I am so happy that I made a lot of amazing friends in VShojo and outside of VShojo. And I am really grateful as well that I have you guys.
What's going to happen now is going to be interesting to see the fallout. Will we see more creative content out of this? Obviously, after things kind of settle down, we're not going to immediately see things just blow back up. But as things settle down, will we see more creative content? Will we see the more focused on what they wanted to do content? What is it going to happen? What's going to happen?
Guys, and all of my amazing friends as well. And if you're willing, I'll be incredibly grateful that if you could continue to support me and also support my amazing friends as well, just as you always have. And before 5 minutes my stream, 5 minutes before my stream, that I just found out that VShojo haven't shipped some of my anniversary merch that I had it back in May yet. So right now, I and my manager and my attorney is working on it. So I will let you guys know if I get any updates. I am so sorry for a lot of trouble and everything.
That's crazy.
Let you guys know. And
So man, I really want to, dude. That explanation, I know already in the tweet, but that explanation kind of cements me into the thought that like the company was playing with money that they technically wasn't theirs. I really don't want to say that that was it. But fuck if it was, man. That'd be so. Did they really do like $1 million parlay and they just fucking lost all that money? That shit would devastate everybody to be like, yeah, they just mismanaged a bunch of shit.
lastly, thank you so much for all the love and support and everything that you guys have given me. It means the world to me. Having a, I will say, new chapter of my life, I guess. And then I'll be honest, I'm scared, but I'm really looking forward to step forward with you guys, and I'll keep doing my best. And I really hope that I can still have fun with you guys. And
I really think that these ladies should take a break, though. This shit can hurt content for a little while. They should take a little bit of a breather.
And again, thank you so much for a lot of support. Thank you so much for a lot. Sorry my voice is shaking. I have been very upset. I have been...
Emotions are emotions. Don't apologize for them.
Oh, it has been a lot. And, I just found out 5 minutes ago, so I... Honestly, my emotions are like, oh, yeah, bye. Yeah, but thank you so much. Yeah, again, thank you guys so much for all support and everything. But yeah, I will keep doing my activity. I'll keep continue as a independent VTuber. So, I really hope that we can have a lot of fun together in the future as well. And thank you guys so much for a lot of support and everything. You guys means a lot to me. And thank you so much for everything that you guys done to me as well. And I just want to say thank you so much for a lot. I am so sorry. I prepared my script, but my head is such a mess right now, so I think I have no idea. But thank you so much for a lot. And right now, that's all I can say for now. So I will finish my stream in here. But again, thank you so much for a lot.
This stream must have been like 15 minutes long. It shouldn't have been a long time.
And next time when I see you guys, I'll see you as a Henya independent. Thank you guys so much, Dale. Arigato. I am so sorry. I thought I made a script, but my goodness. I'm really not good at explaining stuff and everything. I am so sorry. I was watching other VShojo members doing streaming, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna say this and this and this and that and that. But when I started, I was like, what am I saying? What am I saying again?
ADHD brain. Okay, I mean that happens.
Yeah, thank you so much for a lot. But yeah, I will update you guys if I have any news. And thank you so much for a lot. And I'll see you guys soon. Again, thank you so much for a lot. I can't thank you guys enough for supporting me and all of my friends too. You guys are amazing.
It's all, dude. The people are crushing it with all this stuff. People crushed it with all this stuff. 15 minutes of this. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch more of this. This is making me a depresso. Actually, let's do this. Every VTuber with VShojo quits. Yeah, they did.